Hello everybody, my name is Dominic Dos Santos, and today we're going to be talking about who is refreshing the internet. So what is even wrong with the internet? I grew up in the early 2000s, and because of that, I experienced this age when everybody was trying to make their own website. People would add pictures of their cats to their website, and sometimes they'd add a little counter at the bottom that would judge how many hits their website was getting. With all these different websites, it really showed me what it meant to take a stand on the internet and leave a little piece of yourself in the world. I wondered what I could do if I ever became a web developer and tried to make my own websites. The problem is that so many of these websites never changed, and there's so many different outdated and underdeveloped websites that are still on the internet. We need more innovative websites back on the internet. There's so many downsides to having a poor website, and I can't help but wonder how I could fix them. So let's look into this issue, starting with the destitute state of the internet. There's so many outdated and poorly designed websites on the internet. As I've been looking for things to do this summer, I can't help but notice just the lack of websites out there. At one point, I was trying to find some Chinese food, and when I used Google to search up a bunch of Chinese places, I was trying to look at all their menus, and half of them didn't even have a menu. So how was I supposed to know what I wanted to order? This made me choose the restaurants that actually had websites, that actually knew what to order, leaving those other restaurants out of some business. Additionally, I was looking for some schools and stuff so I could apply to some scholarships, and some scholarships don't even have websites for them, so it leaves it where nobody's getting the money and the whole mission of that scholarship is just wasted. And sometimes the places have a website, but their website's outdated and it's just awful to use. An example of this is Yale's School of Art website that was developed by Mancini and Meldebaum in 2024. I'll leave a quick image of that website on the screen, but the interface is just terrible and it's hard for me to even look at it. So having a good website not only feels nice, but it's also an important part of business. So having no website can actually lead to failed business or cause the business to lose credibility. In my example earlier, I couldn't even find a website for these Chinese places, so it led me to not pay for anything from them, and they actually lost business. If they only had a website, I would have ordered their food. Another example is this website called JS Fiddle, and I'll leave a quick snippet of their video on the screen. But their website actually works on a desktop, but it is completely unusable on mobile. Sharp, in his 2023 article, Outdated Websites, 10 Perceptions That Damage Credibility, goes on to talk about how old websites would make a business seem like they're out of business, or that they don't get a lot of sales. For example, if you went to the mall and you had never been to the mall before and you saw a bunch of bags from store A and not any bags from store B, you just naturally assume that store A is more popular and that they've got better deals. Or maybe that the people who have been shopping at the mall have tried store B and they found store A to be just better overall with their products and services. People on the internet want to have the same experience that they would in a physical store. And if they go to a website and it seems old, then they just naturally assume nobody's really shopping there and that they can find better products elsewhere. So when you have no website or you have a bad website, people just naturally will glaze over you and it can cause less revenue. With such a void in good websites, web developers are needed more than ever. So now we're going to talk about web development, which is a sure to grow career. So web development is relatively new in education. People aren't really teaching it as much as they are maybe say a doctor or a lawyer. Simmons, in his 2023 article, Becoming a Full Stack Developer, talks about this. And he says how it's causing a lot of students who want to be web developers to go and learn that trade through unorthodox means. So most web developers don't necessarily have a college degree and they're actually just certified in web development or have learned coding by themselves with just internet tutorials or somebody teaching them. And if you want to be a web developer, a lot of times you can just attend a boot camp or present a portfolio showing some projects you've done and how you're able to code and you know how to code. And most businesses will accept that despite you not having a college degree. They'll still accept it because they know you know how to code and they know how difficult it can be to actually get a website degree. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, in the article Web Developers and Digital Designers, written in 2023, says that web developers is expected to grow. And skills that you need, according to Coursera staff, in the article What Does a Web Developer Do and How Can I Become One, written in 2024. They say that the skills you need are logical thinking, graphic design, and proficiency coding. In conclusion, the internet isn't as modern as you might have expected. There's a lot of old and poor websites that plague servers and search results. These are causing businesses to lose money, and web developers are needed more than ever to grow the internet and improve all these websites. So the demand is growing. And next time that you find a frustrating website, or even just any problem in your life that's really frustrating you, don't complain. Think about how you can fix that problem and what you can do by yourself. If it's websites, maybe you can become a web developer. They're really needed. If it's not websites, just really think about how you can help yourselves and fix the problems. Other people are probably experiencing the problem too. They might need you to help them fix it. Have an amazing day, and thank you for hearing my speech.